Daniel's phone buzzes. It's not a text from a friend. It's an alert. Overdraft fee, $35. His balance just went from $4 to -31. 3 floors above him, in the same bank, another phone buzzes. It's a personal message from a wealth relationship manager. 2 tickets to a private tasting event. No fee. No warning. Just a gift. Same bank. Same building. Same afternoon. 2 completely different realities. And the question isn't why one of them got a fee and the other got a favor. The question is what actually decides which one you become. For a long time, Daniel wasn't mistreated by his bank. He was just invisible. His account sat there quietly, worth almost nothing to anyone but him. He's not unusual. Right now, more than 4% of American households don't have a bank account at all. Not because they can't manage money, because the system was never built with them in mind. The average overdraft fee in America still sits close to $35. And here's the detail that stings. Research on these fees found that a small slice of customers, roughly 9% of all accounts, generate almost 80% of the total fee revenue banks collect. It isn't random. It's the same people, month after month, quietly funding the bank's profits by being a little short. Daniel used to be one of them. 1 late coffee, 1 forgotten subscription, and he was paying rent to his own bank. Here's the part nobody says out loud. Your bank doesn't see a person. It sees a balance. Every relationship manager, every smiling advisor behind glass, they're not paid for how many people they help. They're paid on deposits under management. Their bonus follows the money, not the need. So the bank isn't being cruel to the version of Daniel with $4. It's being mathematically indifferent. In banking, attention has always followed money, never the other way around. Watch what happens as Daniel's number changes. At $150,000 in combined balances, Chase quietly moves him into something called private client. A dedicated banker. Waived fees. Better mortgage rates. Nothing about Daniel changed. The number did. Cross $1 million, and Citibank has a different world waiting. Citigold private client.
No monthly fees anywhere.
Unlimited ATM refunds. Anywhere on the planet. A wealth team that calls him now, instead of the other way around. Keep climbing. At $3 million, Bank of America opens its actual private bank. At $10 million, JP Morgan does the same, along with access to investments most people never even hear exist. Every one of these lines was drawn quietly in a boardroom, long before Daniel ever walked in. He wasn't earning trust step by step. He was crossing tripwires the bank had already built to sort people by profitability. Here's the part that changes how Daniel sees the whole system. He assumed that once you're rich enough, the tears stop. That somewhere up there, you finally arrive. They don't stop. Even at $25 million, Daniel is still, technically, in the middle. The banks that manage real dynasties, in-house family offices, private jets, foundations, usually don't start that conversation until net worth passes somewhere around $100 million. So the $25 million version of Daniel gets the exact same feeling the $4 version of Daniel used to get. Somewhere above him, someone else is getting a nicer phone call. The system was never built to make anyone feel like they'd finally made it. It was built to keep everyone reaching for the next glass door. So, what actually matters here? Not chasing the tier. Chasing the habits that quietly build the number underneath it. Stop banking anywhere that profits from your mistakes. Plenty of banks and credit unions now charge 0 overdraft fees. Don't try to look private bank before you are one. The perks are a side effect of net worth, never a shortcut to it. And the day a bank starts calling you first, don't take it as flattery. Take it as information. It just means your number finally crossed a line somebody else drew. Years later, Daniel is the one getting the tasting invite. $25 million sits across his accounts. And some mornings his phone still buzzes, a different private bank, wanting to discuss the relationship. He smiles now instead of chasing it, because somewhere along the way, Daniel learned the one thing every tier had been hiding. The number was never the finish line. It was just the bank finally admitting it had been watching him the whole time.